Hello again, welcome to this channel. This is Think Like an Ant, where we talk about money and we talk about growing it and how to make it work for you. On this episode, we want to talk about the US dollar and why it may not be such a good idea to be buying dollars. Stick around. So in 2007, we remember the story and the song. There's no change in value. The value is the same. 10,000 cedis became 1 Ghana cedi, and a lot changed after that. At the time, the dollar rate was 0.95. So if you had, in today's terms, 10,000 cedis in those days, what happens is that it translates into $10,500 in real cash. So let's take a scenario where somebody bought $10,500 at the time for 10,000 cedis. In 2007, what would they have had at the end of 2021? It's 2 years ago. The rate at the end of 2021 was about 6.15. Of course, there's the Bank of Ghana and then there's the market rate. But we are finding an average so we can make a case. At 6.15, $10,500 translates into somewhere around 64,000 Ghana cedis. So it means that your 10,000 cedis in 2007 has grown all the way to 64,000 cedis after how many years? In 2021. Now, what would happen to your money in terms of growth if you were to calculate it on a percentage basis annually? Basically, your money has grown by about 14% every year from 2007 to 2021 over the 14-year period. So that's an average growth rate of 14% on the dollar. So what if you invested in local instruments that are cedi denominated, say mutual funds, not treasury bills as much, but say mutual funds, because they tend to perform a little better than treasury bills. Mutual funds would give you an average over the same period of somewhere in the region of 20%. So if you had 10,000 cedis invested in mutual funds in 2007 and you had invested it over that period, then at 20%, you would have a figure that looks closer to 128,000 cedis over the same period. So 65,000 cedis if you had held your dollars, and 128,000 cedis if you've kept your cedis constant. Now, this is important for us to understand that the cedi investments have paid off better than the dollar investments. But someone asked, what about 2022? Yes, a lot happened. So let's add 2022 to the equation. In 2022, we closed the year at about 9.5 to the dollar. Now, yes, at some point in the year, it went all the way up to 14 or 15, but it's the year-end figure that counts because the fluctuations happen during the year, but we closed the year at 9.5. So you would have ended the year with the equivalent of 100,000 cedis if you had held your $10,500. Now, what if you invested in mutual funds by the end of 2022? Then you would have been sitting on a figure that looks closer to 150,000 cedis. So we are talking 150,000 cedis from 2007 to 2022 and 100,000 cedis from 2007 to 2022 if you were holding the $10,500 that you bought in 2007 and tried to sell it at the end of 2022. But of course, holding dollars comes with advantages and disadvantages, same with holding your local currency. So yes, definitely someone will say, but if I had my dollars, I can use it when I want. I won't have anybody telling me I can't have access to my money, etc. And yes, I mean, nobody would argue about that. There are advantages to different paths. The key thing here is that we know from the numbers that a dollar investment, holding dollars effectively as an investment form, yields a lower return than investing in cedi instruments. Now, of course, if you had some sort of divine encounter and you knew at the end of 2021 where the dollar was going to go, if you bought your dollars at 6 and you sold at 15, you will be closer to tripling your money over that 9-month period. So definitely there's an argument for it. But we all don't wake up with that information. It's not information that's public and you can work with. So it's important to work with what you have, what you know, and what you can understand. So yes, we need to appreciate the fact that the cedi investments give us good returns. The question is why? As the cedi is losing value to depreciation and inflation also goes up, interest rates go up as well to catch up or counteract the force of depreciation. It's a basic economic principle. So we have to understand that when the cedi is losing value to the dollar, interest rates move to match it. And it's the reason why when rates move, it catches up effectively with the depreciation in the dollar. I'll give you a classic example. Today, treasury bill rates have dropped. But if you look at the performance of the cedi to the dollar, it's the same. The cedi is strengthening against the dollar. But if it so happens, like last year, that the cedi is losing a lot of value to the dollar, treasury bill rates will go up, interest rates will move along with it so that it shores up the strength of the cedi to boot. So effectively, that is the logic on an economic level behind why those two rates perform the way they do. So it's more attractive to invest in cedis than to hold dollars to sell over a long and consistent period. Once again, thanks for listening. This is Think Like an Ant, where we talk about how to build money, how to grow money steadily over a period, and have a good one.